Welcome to Pocket Ants. This is SimAnt 2020. In this episode, I am showing you the upgrades in which I have. You can see I have the flower, the stun flower maxed. I have the resilience and speed upgraded a bit. You can see the resin upgrades. I have the 60 soldiers, and you can see my queen's chamber is level 10. In this episode, I do end up winning the Fire Ant Nest Dungeon. I have won it, as you can see, based on the skin and the attempts there twice before, but I've not recorded it from start to finish, so this is the first official recording of the full dungeon run. And this run actually ended up being my best at the beginning, but then it did not go as well throughout. So you can see at the beginning I still have my max soldiers. We're on chamber 3 now, and I'm dropping the stun flower, and I ended up getting both spiders, and once again, none of the fire ants have actually killed any of my ants. I don't think I've ever made it before to this point with 60 soldiers. Usually I would have lost one by now. So now, as you can see, we're entering chamber 4. I still have the 60 ants, which is, as I mentioned, never happened to me before, and quite unusual to go through this chamber keeping 60. So you can see I do my usual strategy, and then I started, choking already there, but I got lucky and I still had 60 ants despite the mistakes I've been making. So you can see I'm just trying to pull the tarantulas one at a time so I keep my ants alive, and I run to the corner opposite of where the creatures are, and I run in first so that the creature targets me. And you'll see this common theme throughout the entire video. But so this point, I was very shocked to still have all my soldiers going into chamber 5. That's, I've done this 600 times and I've never gotten that to ever happen. Even in the previous chamber, usually I would have at least 1 or 2 lost. So I'm still at max at this point. But I think, oh wow, okay, so this was also quite unusual. I didn't lose any soldiers in this one, and I stunned all 3 creatures in the mantises. So once again, this was by far my best run at the beginning. And then you'll see it start trailing off, and I start not doing quite as well. But yeah, 60 ants going to chamber 6 is just insane. And you can see I'm going to start losing some ants here. So I lost 1, I lost 2. And then I'm still doing my normal strategy, pulling everybody away. And then I went in a little too early here because I still had invincibility, so that's why I lost the 3rd one there, which was, unfortunate. And I wasn't getting angry or upset at this point, but then I lost the 4th one there. So losing 4 here really wasn't necessary, but still having over 50, completing this one is kind of where you want to be to have a chance to win it. So this one you should lose very few, so 1 or 2, maybe 3 is perfectly acceptable. So you can see I got lucky again with another 3 stun. So even at this point, I'm still doing much better than normal with regards to it. So these creatures are dying extremely fast because of the Queen's Chamber being level 10, and having 55 of them just makes a huge difference. So this chamber, usually you don't want to lose more than 5. This is kind of where the wheels started falling off for me. So the downhill really began here. You can see I went into the chamber with, what was it, 55 or 56, whatever it was, and I'm already down to 51, and then I'm just not playing well. So I lost another one there. You'll see I'll lose more. I can't target the right guy. There I lose another one, and it's just, it's just a little ugly in this chamber. So this chamber really threatened my success or my chances of victory. So there, you can see now I'm down to 48, so I've lost 7 or 8 ants in this one chamber, which is just unfortunate. So yeah, now I'm starting to get a little bit worried about my numbers, because when I had that 60 going into the early chambers, I was feeling very confident that I would have a strong chance of being able to beat this. So you can see I'm dwindling away, but this chamber I did very well in. You can see I'm at 47, and that's enough to kill this guy before he kills another one, so that's why keeping those numbers up is very important. So then the next chamber, as long as I had more than 40, I said to myself I have a good shot at winning this. It's very important in the Bombardier chambers, numbers 13 and 14 that you get good positioning. So even if you have 60 ants, it doesn't matter if you can't hit both of them with the flower, because one of them will destroy you. Which has happened to me many times on other runs. So you can see I had a targeting issue on this one as well. So I was starting to get nervous because my numbers were dropping, but I'm still over 40, so I still have a chance. Actually, I think I was getting quite angry at the fact that I was getting that close to 40, because I felt that I shouldn't have had to worry about it at all. So typically here, if you're over 40 and your Queen's Chamber is level 10, you have the Stun Flower at 45, you're going to be able to win no problem. But I did lose 2 there, which was quite surprising for me. And what I do with the Rhinos now is I wait until they get together and then just drop a flower so I get both of them, and then I don't have to worry about it. Once again, when you have that 45-second stun and you have over 35 soldiers, you can take them both out before they wake up. So it's just better to wait and not risk getting Cleave killed by the Rhinos. So delaying on this one definitely makes sense. So once again, I'm kind of nervous because I am down to 42, but I know I've beaten it once before with 39, and I barely beat it. And I got, I would say I got lucky that I was able to beat it with 39. So if I'm 40 or higher, I feel like I have a good chance at winning. So now coming to this chamber, you can see that there are the 3 Rhinos. I don't care about being killed. Because the Rhinos only attack when they get attacked, so it's not a big deal. I'm trying to wait for 2 of them to be close enough. It would be nice if all 3 got close enough, but I don't think that happens, so I just take 2, and then I, take those 2 out, and then the 3rd one I have to be a little careful with to make sure I don't get Cleave killed. Because it would be very unfortunate after, I think this is, like, what, 7 minutes in almost, after 7 minutes that you lose your army to something stupid. So you can see here, just working on the 2nd Rhino, and then the 3rd one I'll just end up doing a attack, retreat. I'll probably end up speeding that up. Alright, so you can see we finished the 2nd Rhino there, and we're about to move to the next chamber. So remember, with this chamber, a big part of being successful in this chamber is the positioning of the Bombardiers. So having 39 soldiers can only get you, or 41 soldiers can only get you so far, but you need the Bombardiers to be in the right position. You can't lose too many here. So you can see their position was very fortunate for me, and they were almost a perfect distance apart where I was able to hit them. And then the 2nd one got hit a little bit later, which would have given me a little extra time to kill him. This one, as you can see, they die rather quickly. It's just a 1-star, nothing special Bombardier. But as you can see, once we get to Chamber 14, the 3-star Bombardier does not have a regular health of a 3-star Bombardier. This is where you're not supposed to be able to beat. This is primarily for farming resin, so he made the Chamber 14 extremely overpowered with the idea that people don't just, beat it every time. And then, of course, if their positioning is not perfect, or at least decent, you're not going to win it. So this one, I got the good positioning. I tried dropping the flower, but the ant attacked me, so I quickly lavendered just in time, and then I got both of them. So I have 40 soldiers. So you'll see here that, of course, it takes a very long time. As I was mentioning before, these guys are made super strong. But you'll see that I end up, beating the 1st one, and then when I kill the 2nd one, it'll be just before he shoots. So it's once again, I consider it lucky. If I kill them while they're both stunned, I'm happy about that, but if I kill them the 2nd one after the stun runs off, it's luck that I was able to kill him in time. So you can see, when you PvP, and if you have 40 soldiers and you attack a level 3 Bombardier, it does not take this long. It's much, much shorter. So you can see his stun ran out, he's getting ready to attack, and then he dies. So it was just in time. So if you get to this point, you have over 30 soldiers, you're pretty much, well, I don't think you can do it with over 30, but if you have, about 40 soldiers, you're pretty much in good shape. So there's multiple strategies on this. You can hide in the corner, but I don't feel like hiding. I'm a little lazy. So the idea here is you take out the fire ants, as you can see. You let the queen do her attack, and then you run in after she resets. If you run in earlier, which I've done a couple times in this one, you can see I die from running in too early. So even though that animation disappears, you have to actually wait for her to completely reset. You'll see, as you saw at the start, there were some fire ants to kill. As you get her down in percentages, and Devastator helped me verify this, at 25% down, she'll summon some ants. At 50% down, she'll summon some ants, and at 75% down, you know, her life, her HP being down, she'll summon some ants. So there's a 25%. You can see there's not too many ants. I think there are, what, 3, 6, 8, 9? Maybe 9 ants, 8 or 9 ants. But it's based on percentage, not time spent in dungeon. So if you go really slow, that's not going to make the difference. So you take out the ants. You try to fight the ants away from the queen so that you don't get hit by the cleave, which I don't know if that always works like that, because you'll see in this one on the third summon, a bunch of my ants were in her range, but they didn't, I don't think they got killed, so I got lucky with that, or it's made so that the cleave doesn't kill you if the ants are engaged in a different battle. I'm not exactly sure on that. I haven't done this enough to tell. So this is only, you know, as you saw, I've completed only twice before, so this is only my third completion. I'm still a far way off from knowing exactly the mechanics of how this works. I need to practice it more, but I maybe get here, well, I think I've done this 20 times since I got the Queen's upgrade, or 21 times now, including this one, and I've only beaten it 3 times, so I haven't, you know, I'm not good enough yet to just be like, oh, well, let me test it out and see things, let me just do it real quick. I lost a few more My Soldier ants with the battle with the fire ants, and then we're just back to working on the Queen. Now, I ran in too early, she wasn't reset, and that's why I died there, but fortunately the ants didn't die as well, it was just me. So you gotta wait until she's actually back into her resting position. So, there you go. So she's at, I guess she's got about a third of her life left, so I'm expecting the next summon of ants to be coming in pretty soon. But they kind of caught me off guard, so I didn't have my ants out in position when they come. So I think it's the next round is where we're going to see the ants. But I was lucky I didn't run in and die. No, maybe it's the one after that one. Definitely going to be the one after. So there I ran in and died. I'm glad the ants, you know, weren't going to be coming at that point. Oh, sorry. So, alas, if I don't die, which I don't think I do here, now the ants are going to come, but you can see that I'm not ready for it. Like, my ants are still in there. Now, if you watch on the right side of the screen, the ants are definitely within the cleave area. So, I'm not sure why they live, because I was expecting those to die. Alright, so that was the last summon. She's got, you know, under 25% life left. So it's just finishing her off, you know, doing the run-in attacks, not, you know, letting your ants die, because obviously every ant you lose, it takes longer, and if you lose all your ants, then all this was for naught. Well, of course, you still got the 54 honeydew for making it this far, but getting that victory and seeing that big number of honeydew. So yeah, I just popped that at the end there just because I didn't want to have a risk of dying. So of course, play it safe. Don't risk losing your ants when she has less than 1% left, and then you can celebrate by dropping a flower on her, giving her a little present. And there you go. So you can see the completion of the Queen's Chamber from before entering to the complete finish. I'm also just, you know, showing once again what my upgrades were in case you missed it at the beginning. And then I just want to show you as well, and there's the Queen's Chamber as well, but this is not the first time I've done it. I've done it many times. So thank you very much for tuning in and watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, see ya. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, you can hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. But most importantly, please let others know that this information is available on YouTube. You can see I have a large playlist, and there's lots of good information and videos included. Thank you again. Until next time, see ya.